Well, howdy. Right now, I thought you might be interested in some of my reference material, you might say, when I'm talking about guns. This book, and what's interesting about these two, is they're not really related, except for one thing. This is called Encyclopedia of American Handarms, and it was printed in 1942. It's a rather old book. Well, in like manner, this is sort of a biography sort of thing. It's called Carbine and Lance, the story of Old Fort Sill by Lieutenant Colonel W.S. Nye. And this was printed in 1943. Well, if you remember, in 1942 and 1943, America was kind of busy in the middle of World War II. So in some ways, these books were historical works looking back on an era that was not too well long before the problems of World War II, sort of looking back nostalgically. This one is about the period of the taming of the Old West, specifically from the Indian troubles, and some of the stories in here are just fascinating if you're into that period of history. There's a fellow I know online named Duke Fraser who's very much an expert on this kind of stuff. I wonder if he's ever read this book. It's a fascinating book. I got this one from my father-in-law. This one I bought. I bought this at a used bookstore, but take a look at that woodcut. You know, there's no photographs in here. It's all woodcuts. So, I mean, what's interesting is like the pictures of the pistols they have in here and the descriptions. These are ones I've never seen in any other book. A lot of them. Some of them, well, actually, I actually have a few. But these are just interesting little woodcuts of things. Woodcuts were very popular as an art form in the book trade, well, in a lot of trades up until recently. Don't know if you remember, but back in the day, if you pulled your newspaper out, you would find like woodcuts for like Sears or Penny's or some of the other bigger department stores. They would do woodcuts of things like furniture or maybe even fashions for dresses. But no more, it's all photography. I used to live with a lady who was a artist in that respect. And so she taught me a few things about what was going on with that profession. Anyway, these are just two very fascinating books I have. I have many, many books on firearms, but I just thought it would be interesting to show off a few of my, this says the Fort Sill edition. I'm not too sure about that. And I don't know if there's even woodcuts. Oh, there's a few. Oh, let's see here. In the back here. Oh, those are photographs here. Yeah, look at that. But, and meeting an Indian chief there, huh? And there are some interesting things in here. Just fascinating stuff.